nice outside. It's too hot in here. All right. Oh, microphone's working. Good. Okay. All right. So good afternoon, Storm fans. We are live here at Dickman Field. First pitch normally at 2 o'clock. We're a little early as both teams are ready. First pitch from Phil Meyer was inside. So because we already have a replacement player starting at third base was Byron Perez. Brian was removed after the first pitch, and Zach. Oh, sorry, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. Getting everything going here. Zach Johnson has replaced him at third base. Next pitch is a ball. At the bat right now for the Hamburg Steelers is Alejandro Giraldo. He is the second baseman, number 6. He's followed by Max Tracy, number 2, the third baseman, who's on deck. And in the hole, batting third, is Mike Imke, number 26. It is a walk to lead off the game here from Phil Meyer. Phil Meyer is our starting pitcher today for the Storm. Defensively for Storm, behind the plate, as always, is number 22, Douglas Yoakum. Stepping up to bat now is number 2, Max Tracy of the Steelers. At first base, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. At first base, we have Toby Glimmerud. Second base, Daniel Martin. Starting shortstop is Augustine Teixeira. Third base, as I said earlier, is now Zach Johnson. Pickoff move. Runner gets back in time. Right field, Oliver Yoakum. Center field, Jake McKenzie. And left field is Vester Baco. Pitch right back up the middle and on through the second. But the throw to third keeps the runner from advancing. Now, 2 on and no out for number 26, Mike Imke, the center fielder for the Hamburg Steelers. Apologies for being a little disorganized as we were getting everything set up, and umpire decided to call play a little bit earlier. So I hope everyone's having a lovely Saturday afternoon. It is a nice Saturday here in Hünstetten. Wind is blowing in from left field. Last week it was blowing out to left field. Bunt shown, but pulled back in time, called ball. Last weekend, Storm lost the home opener to Bonn, the Capitals, and then traveled to Bonn on the second game of the 2-game series and lost in Bonn. Next pitch rocketed past the first base coach, who had to skip out of the way. Ball is now rolling around foul territory as it's being collected by Hamburg Steeler. As the umpire is waiting for the ball to be collected, I'll run through. Oh, nope, play is already issued. Quick check to the player at second, and the pitch swung on and lofted, but just foul down the third base line. So once again, the defensively for Storm, Oliver Yoakum behind the plate. At first base is Toby Glimmerud. Second base, Daniel Martins. Shortstop, Augustine Teixeira. Third base, Zach Johnson. right field Oliver Yoakum, center field Jake McKenzie, and center field is Vester Bacchio. RBI single for Hamburg, moves the runners over. Imke with a nice line drive into right field. It'll bring up Isaiah Lucina, number 11, the catcher. Lucina, the left-handed catcher, stepping now into the batter's box. Has runners on the corners, no outs. Already brought in a run. First pitch he sees, it is lined foul softly down the first base line for strike one. On deck for the Hamburg Steelers is Mark Harder, number 24, the shortstop. The 0-1 from Meyer. Low and outside, ball one. Runner at first taking a short lead. The 1-1. It is now 2-1 as the umpire with a delayed call. Thank you. He's a switch hitter. Thank you. I did not have that in my notes. Lucina is a switch hitter, and the switch hitter and catcher with a long drive splitting the left and center fielder. One run is in, two runners in, and he is going for third and in there with a triple. It is a two-run triple for the Hamburg Steelers. Brings up the bat Mark Harder, the shortstop. On deck is Livio Bundi, number 8, the right fielder. Meyer has his pitch. He's come set. Swung on, and first base coach had to duck out of the way of that ball as it was head height going down the first base line. Well, Myers has his sign once again. Checks the runner at third, and the pitch. Low for ball one. Myers' pitch not catching bottom of the zone. Myers' 1-1 pitch is skied high but playable. Right at third is tagging, and the throw is offline. It is a sac fly for the first out. Harder with a sac fly, brings home Lucina, makes it 4-0 Steelers here in the top of the first. Does bring up the bat Livio Bundi, the right fielder. On deck is Marvin Killick, number 16, their first baseman. And Myers' pitch. Swung on and missed for strike one. Ball inside. Bundi tried to hold up on that, but he was already swinging. A 1 pitch catches the outside for a called strike two. Meyer now working with bases empty and an 0-2 count. Doesn't catch zone. 1-2. Myers 1-2 is swung on and hit. Past shortstop into center field for a base hit. Brings up to bat number 16, Marvin Killick. On deck is Mario Zimmerman, the designated hitter, number 13. As Killick is now in the box, Myers ready. And the pitch. Catch a zone, called strike one. Bundy not much of a lead before that pitch was thrown. Throw over, but he's able to dive back. He had a two-step lead off of first, not leaning. But Phil Meyer wanting to. Runner going, and ball is not in time. Stolen base with one out. As I was saying, we are here in a farm field, and so there are lots of beautiful fields of yellow rape seeds around us. That's where the yellow in our color comes from. Phil Meyer checking the runner at second, who just stole second. And the 1-2 pitch is a step off because the runner was dancing a little too far away. The 1-2 is skied high but playable. Glimmerud is under it in foul territory. Keeps the runner at second for out number 2. With 2 outs, runner at second. Hamburg Steelers send up to the plate the designated hitter for this afternoon's contest, Malo Zimmerman, number 13. First pitch is swinging and a miss. Strike one. On deck, if Zimmerman makes it on deck, is the left fielder for this afternoon, is Alexander Mercedes, number 73. The 0-1 pitch is sent into center, but caught by Jake McKenzie for out number 3. So it was a busy inning as Hamburg sent 8 to the plate, 4 come across. That's the end of the top of the first. Going into the bottom of the first, Steelers up by 4. And going into the bottom of the first, Hamburg is on the mound. Sean Feck is warming up, number 51, the right-handed pitcher, getting his warm-up tosses in. Defensively for the Steelers, Behind the plate is Isaiah Lucina. First base, Marvin Killick. Second base, Alejandro Giraldo. Third base, Max Tracy. Shortstop, Mark Harder. Left field, Alexander Mercedes. Center fielder, Mike Imka. And right field is Lavio Bundi. Starting the batting lineup for the Hünstetten Storm, leading us off, number 2, Jake McKenzie, followed by number 17, Vester Bacchio, and batting third, Augustine Tissara. Jake McKenzie, our center fielder, in the batter's box. First pitch swinging, and it is fouled at home plate for strike one. Jake McKenzie, our new center fielder, got his opening day start last Saturday. The 0-1 from Pekta is a bit inside, ball one. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, Zach Johnson. Jake McKenzie swings and pops a ball up, playable in right field, and caught for a fly out for out number one. With that out, brings up our left fielder, Vester Bacchio. Left-handed left fielder in the box. First pitch he sees is outside, ball one. Swung at the 0-1 pitch for a swinging strike one. Bacchio's known throughout the Bundesliga as he's been with several teams. Swing and a miss, strike two. Most recently with Doran and Dortmund. Vectus comes set, and the 1-2 pitch swung on and chopped to first, and first baseman takes it himself for out number two. That brings up our shortstop, Augustine Tissara. Wind is not an issue today. Last weekend, wind was quite an issue as it was blowing out to left. This game is a bit different. First pitch swinging for strike one. Wind is actually blowing in, but not so strong as it was last weekend. The 0-1. Low and outside, skip to the backstop. Ball one. Bit warmer today. Game time temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius. That's around 68, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Next pitch chopped third. Third baseman is able to catch the bouncer. Throw over. Oh, able to make the scoop at first for out number three. It's unfortunate. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Takes us to the top of the second. Steelers still leading 4-0. Going into the top of the second inning, Phil Meyer on the bump taking his warm-up tosses. want to say hello and good morning, good afternoon to those tuning in here on YouTube. Let's see, some chat has come in. We do allow for messages to be sent in. If you want to say anything to us, feel free. We do have two cameras. We only have the one view, but we do have two cameras available. Spectators, as questioned about spectators, we do have a nice crowd here today. More are coming in. Actually, I'm literally watching cars parking at the moment as more people are coming in here on a gradually more and more cloudy Saturday afternoon. Myers' warm-up tosses are over. Coming at the bat now is the left fielder, Alexander Mercedes, for the Hamburg Steelers. It'll be Mercedes, Geraldo, and Tracy, the 1-2-3 for Hamburg this inning. Pitcher Meyer is in there, called strike one. Meyer's 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball. It really is a beautiful afternoon here, even though the sun is a bit behind the clouds. Meyer's 1-1 pitch, swung on and chopped. Fielded by the third baseman who throws over. Nice stretch by Glimmerud at first for out number one. That brings up the bat number 6, Alejandro Geraldo. Weather here today is beautiful baseball weather. It is actually a bit warm when the breeze isn't blowing, which is perfect for baseball. I'd rather it be warm than cold. So with the players, Meyer fires in a ball, does not catch top of the zone, ball one. For those of you who know German springtime weather when it comes to baseball, we do have a tendency to get all types of weather. Swing and miss, or swinging a chopper to third, throw over for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down brings up the third baseman, Max Tracy. Max Tracy is the new Australian-American utility player that was signed during the offseason by the Hamburg Steelers. Meyer's pitch is high, ball 1. Swinging a chopper, this time to shortstop, who fields, fires for out number 3. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Phil Meyer here in the top of the second. Just what we needed. Now going into the bottom of the second, Storm down by 4. In the bottom of the second inning, Sean Victor has his warm-up tosses. He will face Zach Johnson, Daniel Martins, and Toby Glimmerud. First pitch, Johnson is in the dirt, ball 1. Zach Johnson was brought in after the first pitch was thrown, and as Brian Perez started at third base. It's now 1-1 as that pitch does catch the bottom of the zone. Zach Johnson swings and chops the 1-1 foul down the third base line. Strike 2. Low and outside, ball 2. Johnson decided to take a little step out of the batter's box there after that sequence of pitches. Ball's inside, catches him on the shoulder. Hit by pitch. Some words being exchanged by the pitcher and batter. Fekete is wanting to know what's going on as Johnson gave him a little bit of a look, but that brings up our second baseman, Daniel Martins. Danny's ready and waiting. The pitch from Fekete catches bottom of the zone, called strike 1. On deck is Toby Glimmerud. Ball 1 as pitch from Fekete was low, almost in the dirt. Thankfully, the catcher was able to stop it from going to the backstop. 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Good pitch to swing at there by Daniel Martin. In the hole is Douglas Yoakum. Danny swings and a miss at a ball that was low and in the dirt for out number 1. That brings up to bat our first baseman, Toby Glimmerud. Tobias, or Toby as he likes to be called. Product of Stockholm, Sweden. Played for the Stockholm Monarchs before joining the Storm. Left-handed first baseman in the box. First pitch he sees is on the outside white for called strike 1. On deck now is Douglas Yoakum. Fekete went to the same location, but it just didn't catch zone. So it's 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. See more people showing up. That's great to see. It's a beautiful afternoon for a baseball game. A throw over. Not that Johnson was that far off of first base. He's only taking a step and a half off the bag. Fekete's next pitch is there in zone, called strike 2. High and outside. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first. Catcher is setting up outside. Swing, and there's a base hit. Nice little hit out into left field, just just between the shortstop and third baseman. Brings up to bat number 22, our catcher, Douglas Yoakum. On deck is his brother, Oliver Yoakum, number 26, our right fielder. Yoakum batting with 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Foul tip on the first pitch from Thecta. Not a bad idea to swing at that first pitch. Swing and miss, strike 2. Lays off the next pitch. 0-2 pitch was high. Ball 1. But a swing and a miss at a low outside slider is how he goes down this. Strikeout brings up to bat his brother, our right fielder, number 26, Oliver Yoakum. Right-handed Oliver Yoakum facing Thecta with 2 on and 2 out. First pitch he sees. Swing and a miss, strike 1. On deck is Phil Meyer. He will be hitting for himself. Swing and miss, strike 2. Next pitch is a bit inside. Yoakum had to lean out of the way of the pitch. But next pitch catches the low zone for a called strike 3. Storm's able to get some runners on. Unfortunately, strand the runner at second. Going into the top of the third, Steelers still up by 4. And we're back in the top of the third inning. Phil Meyer has his pitches thrown. The warm-up tosses are over. Brings up to bat number 26, Mike Imka, center fielder for the Steelers. I've been told that there was some audio problems. I apologize for that. Let's see if we got them corrected. Meyer is set. First pitch to Imka is low and outside, ball 1. Imka, the switch hitter, batting lefty still. Next pitch does catch a zone. Strike one. 1-1 pitch outside, ball two. On deck is number 11, Lucina, the catcher. Apologies, Lucina's a switch hitter. Meyer's pitch is in the dirt. Imka had to jump out of the way of that one. Three balls, one strike. Pitch is outside, ball four. It's a leadoff walk to start the top of the third inning. And that does bring up Isaias Lucina, the catcher, who had a two-run triple in the first inning. Pitch from Meyer in there, called strike. Lucina talking to the home plate umpire, saying he didn't like where that ball was, but it is a strike. Meyer set. The 0-1 pitch on its way. Outside, ball one. On deck, number 24, Mark Harder. Imka not taking much of a lead off of first. 1-1 on its way. Swing and a fly ball to center field. Caught by Jake McKenzie. Throws in. Keeps the runner at first for out number one. The first out has been recorded here in the top of the third inning. Brings up the bat number 24, Mark Harder. Harder's finally ready in the left-handed batter's box. Pitch from Meyer. Swung on, skied high, playable. Shortstop is under it, takes a couple of steps, and catches the ball for out number two. 2 outs recorded. Brings up the bat, Bundy. Right fielder greeting umpire and catcher again. Meyer checks the runner at first. Bundy swings and chops the ball down third base line, but it goes foul right before the bag. No balls, one strike on the right fielder. Oh, 1 is high out a little bit outside, doesn't catch the zone, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike now. On deck for the Steelers is Marvin Killick. 1-1 pitch is just low, ball 2. Again, runner first, not taking a lead. 2-1 pitch is swung on and driven deep foul down the third base line. Storm sending one of their rookie players to go fetch the ball. Allowing Sunshine to collect the ball. Umpire signal play to resume. 2-2 pitch on its way. Chopper into the wheat field behind the press box here. Bundy stays alive with that foul ball. Let's see which Kidd comes out of the wheat field with the ball. They've disappeared from my view at this point. 2-2 pitch on its way. It is a lofted single right into shallow left field. 2 on, 2 out. Brings up Marvin Killick. Killich over 1 on the afternoon. Batting now with 2 outs, 2 on. On deck is the designated hitter Zimmerman. Myers' pitch is swung on. Third baseman takes it to the bag himself for force out at third to end the inning. That's just what we needed. Another inning where we keep the runners from crossing the plate. Keeps the game at 4-0 Steelers as we go into the bottom of the third inning. Here we are in the bottom of the third inning. Coming up to bat is our own Phil Meyer. It'll be Phil Meyer, Jake McKenzie, and Vesta Bacchio. First pitch from Vecta is swung on and fouled back to the backstop. The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Meyer chops at the second. Oh, almost legs out an infield single. I think it was less than even half a step. Unfortunately, it's a throw out for out number 1. It brings up to bat our center fielder, Jake McKenzie. Vecta's set, and the first pitch to McKenzie is in there for a called strike. The 0-1 inside. Thankfully, it didn't hit Jake on the hands, as that's about where the ball placement was. Catcher is set up on the inside. The 1-1 doesn't catch the zone. It was a good pitch. McKenzie was smart to lay off of that. It's now 2-1. But the next pitch does catch zone. It's 2-2. And it's now a full count. On-plate umpire said that ball was not in zone. fact, this next pitch is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, but it's okay. It's ball 4. That does bring up to bat our left fielder, number 17, Vester Bucchio. In fact, it didn't look too happy with not getting the call and then walking the batter on the next pitch. McKenzie taking a lead. He's going. And it's a stolen base for Jake McKenzie. In there under the tag. Nice slide. Pitch was a strike. The strike to Bocchio, but it was a stolen base. The 0-1. It's a chopper. Bobbled by the second baseman. Does not get a clean hand on it at all. Puts runners at the corners now. Runners at the corners now for our shortstop, number 8, Augustine Tessada. Not sure if that was going to be ruled an infield single or an error. I haven't seen the official score yet, as the score is deciding. Hasn't put an easy score yet. Easy score working this afternoon. We had some problems with it over the weekend. All the bugs seem to be gone, I think. Teixeira first pitch swinging, strike 1. On deck is Zach Johnson. Ball low. Now 1-1. Wind is picking up. Looks like it's still blowing in a little, but not as much as it was last weekend. Next pitch fouled out into the wheat field. Strike 2. Already see some kids running out. That was they watched that ball leave the bat and knew they were going to have a souvenir. 1 ball, 2 strike count now with 1 out. Runners at the corner. Oh, and that pitch is called strike 3. Catcher was set up almost in the left-handed batter's box, and ball was called a strike. So, regardless, with 2 outs, 2 on, brings up our third baseman, Zach Johnson. Johnson was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance of the afternoon. A little excuse me swing on pitch. Unfortunately goes around all the way. Strike 1. Looks like he was committed to swinging at the first pitch, but saw it was breaking low and just could not check that swing. Next pitch is skied high. And it is out of here. It is a 3-run home run by our third baseman, Zach Johnson. That ball just carried. Love to see it. 3-run home run, Zach Johnson, our third baseman, makes it a 4-3 game. Gotta love it. Now with the bases empty, brings up to bat our second baseman, Daniel Martins. Danny's first pitch swinging. It's foul tip. Strike 1. Oh, nice curveball. I'll have to say that Feketa's next pitch was a curveball that broke on the inside, just catches the inside zone for called strike 2. Danny's not happy about it, but next pitch up around his chin for ball 1. 1-2 pitch. Out of the zone, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Daniel Martins. Swing and a miss at a pitch that was in zone anyway for a swinging strike 3. But Storm puts up a crooked number here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3-run home run by Zach Johnson brings us within 1 of the Hamburg Steelers. Going into the top of the 4th inning, Storm down by 1. As we go into the top of the 4th inning, Storm down 1 run. Hamburg Steelers 4, Hünstetten Storm 3. Going into the top of the 4th inning, Zach Johnson's 3-run home run going to deep right center. Center field, direct center field is about 400 feet from home plate. So if I would have to guess, I would say that one was probably a 380, if not a little bit further, home run to right center. Phil Meyer has his warm-up tosses. The Steelers send up the bat. Number 13, their designated hitter, Marlo Zimmerman. Meyer's set, delivers, catches inside zone for strike 1. On deck is the left fielder, number 73, Mercedes. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on a foul ball that goes down the third base line. Allowing the sun and shine, number 16 running after it again. Ball has been retrieved. Now the 0-2 pitch to Zimmerman. Bounced up in there for ball 1. It'll be Zimmerman, Mercedes, and Geraldo, the 1-2-3 for the Steelers in this top of the 4th inning. The 1-2 doesn't catch top of the zone. It's now 2-2. Myers now set, has a sign. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, skied high, but playable for the shortstop, who stands under it, squeezes for out number 1. Tessara didn't have to. He may have taken 1 step towards second, but he was watching that the entire way. Out number 1 recorded, and here in the visitors' half of the 4th inning, brings up to bat number 73, Alexander Mercedes. First pitch just misses zone, ball 1. Yoakum was set up low and mid-plate, but apparently the ball was just a little too low. Next pitch, just low and outside, ball 2. Now Myers' 2-0 pitch just gets away from him. 3 balls, no strikes on the Steelers' left fielder. It is a 4-pitch walk to the left fielder. Brings up to bat the second baseman, number 6, Geraldo. As I do see, I thought I was seeing a little one going after the home run ball, but I think he gave up since it was a long walk. Meyer with a little look over the first. Oh, all right. Ball, the pitch must have been just a little high. Looked like it was good from here, but ball 1. Mercedes taking a step off of first. Throw over. Mercedes able to dive back in head first. Having to shake all the infield dirt out of his belt after that dive back in. Ball catches zone on that one. It is a 1-1 count now. Make that 1-2 as Myers' next pitch does catch zone. It's a looking strike 2. On deck is Max Tracy. Myers' 1-2 pitch doesn't catch the zone. Looked at a little lower than where he had the first first called strike, but now it's a 2-2 count with 1 out here to Geraldo. It's a chopper to second for 1, over to first for a double play to end the inning. Beautiful, beautiful double play. 4-6-3 to end the inning. Takes us to the home half of the 4th inning. Storm down by 1. Going into the bottom of the 4th inning, Steelers up 4-3. Sean Fecta back on the bump for the Steelers. In the home half of the 4th inning, he'll face Tobias Glimmerud, Douglas Yoakum, followed by Oliver Yoakum. Warm-up tosses are over. Coming up to bat now for Storm is the first baseman, Tobias Glimmerud. Tall left-handed first baseman. Well, he's a right-hander, but bats left. First pitch he sees, swing and a miss, strike one. Had to close the windows here in the press boxes. Oh. A little cross-up between pitcher and catcher. Catcher was set up outside. That ball went inside. Thankfully, he was able to catch it before it bounced up and hit the home plate umpire. The 1-1 outside. Oh, no, catches the outside. Excuse me. It's now 1-2. As I was saying, I had to close the windows is all I could. It's not doing me any good smelling the concessions here at Dickman Field. And it's a strikeout swinging for Fekta as Glimmerud swings at a pitch that was just a bit high. Maybe could have been another ball, but regardless, out number one's been recorded. Brings up to bat our catcher, number 22, Douglas Yoakum. First pitch swinging, skies a foul ball behind first base line, behind the visitors' dugout and into the wheat field. Actually, see a dad going after this ball. 0-1 catches zone for 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes now on number 22. And that is a strikeout looking. Catcher sets up outside, and that pitch went right over the heart of the plate. With 2 outs, brings up our right fielder, Oliver Yoakum. Yoakum's able to get on base. Phil Meyer is on deck. Ball is in there for called strike 1. Want to welcome all you who are tuning in live here on Facebook on Storm TV. As the next pitch is fouled into the wheat field. Dad, who just went over the previous foul ball, said, nope, I'm not going after that one. Sun is out from behind the clouds, so it's brightening things up here. 0-2 pitch is way outside, ball 1. One-two pitch, bit high and outside, now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Number 26, Oliver Yoakum. Fekta's next pitch skips up in there. It's now full count. Long look in, finally has his pitch. It's a swing and a chopper to first. And Fekta covers first to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Storm going into the top of the 5th inning. Hamburg Steelers 4, Hünstetten Storm 3. Here we are on the top half of the fifth inning. Phil Meyer back on the bump, taking his warm-up tosses. Only one other game going on right now in the DBL. They are also in the top of the fifth inning there in Stuttgart. Gauting Indians and Stuttgart are tied 5-5 going into they are in the top of the fifth inning. For our top of the half of the fifth inning here, Hamburg Steelers will be sending up Max Tracy, Mike Imka, and Isaias Lucina. 1, 2, 3 for the Steelers. This visitors half of the fifth. Myers done with his warm-up tosses. Tracy is now getting into the right-handed batter's box. Myers pitched just high and out of zone for ball one. Tracy took his hand off the bat on that pitch. Wasn't swinging at all, but it's a called strike one as it does catch the inside zone. 1-1 on the Steelers' third baseman. It's a swing and a nice snag by Zach Johnson, our third baseman, making a wonderful diving catch. Little Andres Galarraga action there for those of you who know Major League Baseball from the 80s and 90s, making a cat-like grab to snag that bird out of the air. Myers' first pitch to Imka is in there for a called strike one. Steelers center fielder waiting on the 0-1. Swing and a drive down the right field line, but foul. Just foul by, I'm guessing, 1.5 meters. There is action in the Steelers bullpen. Cannot see who is tossing at the moment. The 0-2 to Imka on its way. Swing driven to center, playable, and caught by McKenzie for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up the catcher, number 11, Isaias Lucina. Myers pitch in there for a called strike one. But his next pitch is just outside, ball one. It's a 1-1 count on number 11, Lucina. Swings at the next pitch, skies it high, but playable in left field. Bacchio there. Squeezes under it for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Efficient inning for Storm. Phil Meyer does the work. Going into the bottom of the fifth. Still 4-3. And we're back here in the home half of the fifth inning. Storm down by 1 run. Fecta back on the mound. As I said, there is action in the Steelers bullpen. It'll be Phil Meyer, Jake McKenzie, and Vester Bacchio. 1, 2, 3 here in the home half of the fifth. DBL scoreboard. Still 5-5 in Stuttgart as the Indians... Sorry, been talked to here for a moment. It's 5-5 in Stuttgart. In Cologne, Cardinals playing the Bonn Capitals. Capitals have a 4-1 lead in top of the fifth. Warm-up tosses are over. Up to bat now is our pitcher, Phil Meyer. Fecta set, and his pitch swung on, and it's a chopper foul down the third baseline, out of play. Next pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher. 1-1. Fecta on with 69 pitches on the afternoon so far. Make that 70 on that outside pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Fecta taking a little walk behind the pitcher's rubber here. His 2-1 pitch doesn't catch top of the zone. Strike. It's 3 balls, 1 strike on Phil Meyer. On deck is Jake McKenzie. 3-1 pitch is lofted in there for a base hit into shallow left field. Brings up the bat our center fielder, Jake McKenzie. Signs being given by the third base coach, Storm skipper, Bill Dickman. Meyer taking a 1-step lead off of first. First pitch, McKenzie showed bunt, pulled the bat back, broke the plane. It is a called strike, even though the catcher didn't touch it until it rolled away from him. First base coach duties this afternoon is Justin Olick. He's our new import, so to speak. Canadian player from Vancouver, Canada. Came to us from Croatia. He's covering first base coaching duties this afternoon, as our own Bruce Carson is technically on the IL. Fecta's pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jake McKenzie. Two balls, 1 strike, as that pitch was just high and inside. Bruce Carson truly playing the bench coach position today as he's staying on the bench. Next pitch does break the zone. That was a great pitch. It is 2-2. On deck is Vester Bacchio. Low ball 3, full count now. Meyer taking his lead, and he's golf. It's a swing and a hit. Meyer has to stop at second base. It is a single to left field. Moves the runner over. It is 2 on, no outs For our left fielder, Vesterbacho. On deck is Teixeira. Two leadoff singles, both the left field here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Pitch was inside. Swing and a miss for strike one. Look back at Meyer dancing off a second. Next pitch swung on, missed. Strike two. Look back at Meyer at second. The 0-2 is swung on and hit. And that is another 3-run home run for Storm. Bacchio with a Vlad Guerrero bad ball swing, hit a ball way out of the strike zone and crushed it over the right field fence for a 3-run home run. It is now 6-4 Storm. You gotta love it. Gotta love that one. Hammer was nailed. Still with no outs, brings up the bat our shortstop, Augustine Teixeira. Lays down a great bunt. Storm taking advantage. Effect at this point. Wonderful bunt. Brings up the bat our third baseman, number 9, Zach Johnson. Johnson with our other 3-run home run that we had previously. Now batting with only one runner on base. On deck is Daniel Martins. First pitch from Fecta inside, ball 1. There was activity in the Steelers bullpen, but they have set down now and never saw a uniform number. Check swing, makes it 2 balls, no strikes. Threw a pitch in there for called strike 1. That was just a fastball down the middle. Two balls, 1 strike. Next pitch doesn't catch zone. It is now 3 balls, 1 strike to Johnson. Fecta with a throw over. Sending Teixeira back. He wasn't that far off the bag. He didn't even have to dive back in. 2 steps getting back. The 3-1. And he did go around on that one. Makes it a full count. Johnson tried to hold up on that swing, but just couldn't. Runner going. Swing and a miss, strikeout, but the ball gets away from the catcher. The runner takes second. That is a stolen base for Teixeira. That's now 2 stolen bases in the game for Storm. Runner on second, 1 out. Brings up our second baseman, number 99, Daniel Martins. Look back at second. First pitch to Martin, skied high, playable for the right fielder. Shades all the way over to the foul line, makes the catch. Runner has to go back to second. 2 outs. Brings up bat number 18, our first baseman, Tobias Glimmerud. Glimmerud batting, 2 outs, runner at second. Fekete wants a different ball. Not sure who was warming up earlier in the visitors' bullpen, but this might be the last inning for Fekete. Glimmerud swings at the first pitch, straight to the second baseman who throws over for out number 3. But crooked number is put on the board. That 3-run home run makes it 6-4. Storm going into the top of the 6th inning. As we go into the top of the 6th inning, Storm up 6-4. Phil Meyer still on the bump. He has 72 pitches on the afternoon so far. I'd like to take this opportunity to say congratulations to our own Julian Paul. He is not here this afternoon as he normally would be. He is getting married. Him and his lovely bride, Kim. We send them the best of wishes on this day. Phil Meyer getting the last of his warm-up tosses in. He'll face Harder, Bundy, and Kilic. As Harder is walking to the left-handed batter's box, I'll also use this opportunity to say, hi, Mother Dickman. Bill says hi. Meyer's pitch to Harder is in there for a called strike on the outside. Yoakum is now set up on the outside. Doesn't catch. 1-1. I'll take this opportunity to thank you all for joining in as we have a lovely day for baseball. Meyer's 1-1 pitch is slapped right to third base. Throw over for out number 1. That'll bring up number 8, the right fielder, Bundy. Action now in the Steelers bullpen. Can't tell if it's the same person I saw earlier or not. Myers pitch to Bundy. Just misses zone. Ball 1. I would say it's a very mild afternoon. Weather-wise, very hot here on the field. 0-1 pitch skied behind the visitors' dugout into the wheat field. I see a dad running after it again. Looks like the dad's... Oh, he's going to have to run after it. There's a mom running after it as well. And he's letting her have it. Myers pitch is outside. Ball 2. Kilish is on deck. Just catches a zone. Nice pitch by Meyer. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Oh, looks like now kids out there looking for the ball as well. It's a chopper knocked down by the second baseman and throw over for out number 2. Daniel Martin's able to slap the ball down, get a grip on it, and throws over to first baseman Glimmerud for out number 2. Brings up number 8, the first baseman Kilish. Inside, ball 1. Or, yeah, not inside, it was just low. My apologies. Low and outside, ball 2. There is action in the Storm bullpen. Unsure who is warming up at the moment. Myers pitch called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike on Kilish. Swung on chopper, foul down the third base line. Lauer and Sunshine sent once again to retrieve the ball. Lauer and Sunshine, one of our rookies this year, had 1 plate appearance last year. Final home game of the season. Ball is in the dirt. Full count. Drew a walk in that one at bat he had, so got on base but was left stranded. It's now his official rookie year. And that is a 2-out walk issued by Meyer. That'll bring up to bat number 13, the designated hitter, Zimmerman. Zimmerman, first pitch swinging, chopper to third. Low throw, but it is scooped for out number 3. Glimmerud's able to use all of that 2-meter frame that he has, stretch, and scoop up that ball for out number 3 as Zimmerman was running full speed down the line. As we go into the home half of the 6th inning, Storm up 6-4. Going into the bottom of the 6th inning, Storm up 6-4. Fecta still on the mound with his warm-up tosses finished. To bring up the bat, number 22, our catcher, Douglas Yoakum. It'll be Douglas Yoakum, Oliver Yoakum, and Phil Meyer or 1-2-3 here in the home half of the sixth inning. Vector with 90 pitches on the afternoon. Pitch number 91 is a ball outside. The 1-0 low and outside, ball 2. Veteran right-hander fires in there. Oh, it is a high bouncer. Oh, great throw by the shortstop. Unfortunate, Yoakum was hauling down the line as fast as he could and got beat by half a step. That was a good play by the Steelers shortstop. With one out, brings up to bat number 26, Oliver Yoakum. And Phil Meyer is on deck. Yoakum first pitch swinging. Ball goes out of play into the wheat field. See quite a few people looking for foul balls in the wheat field. I can tell you from right now, they're looking in the wrong place. Vecta's next pitch is head height and inside. Yoakum had to duck out of the way on that one. I can tell you right now, it is Hendrik Schultz, number 37. Looks like he's at least out there in the bullpen. Don't know if he's going to warm up, come in as pitcher or not. He's a left fielder and first baseman in my book, but Yoakum swinging, and ball lands right beside the young ones that were actually in the field, and the smallest one celebrates as he finds it first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And it's a swinging strike 3 for out number 2. Brings up the bat, Phil Meyer. As Phil is stepping into the right-handed batter's box, I look down towards the Storm dugout, and I do see our own Chris Higgins has made the ball game. Good to see Chris. He threw out our first pitch at our home opener last Saturday. Phil Meyer going first pitch swinging. Drives it deep, but not deep enough as it is caught by the right fielder for out number 3. Meyer gave it a ride, but with the wind blowing in, did not help it. 3 up, 3 down for Storm. Going into the top of the 7th inning. Storm 6, Steelers 4. Going into the top of the 7th inning, Phil Meyer still on the mound for Storm. Meyer with 87 pitches on the afternoon. Warm-up tosses are finished. That'll bring up the left fielder, Alexander Mercedes. It'll be Mercedes, Geraldo, and Tracy, the 1-2-3 for the Steelers. Mercedes coming in to the right-hander batter's box now. Every time the door opens the press box or the windows get moved, I can smell the burgers from here. The Storm Burger is very popular here. Meyer's first pitch, beautiful ball in there for a called strike. Action still in the Steelers bullpen, but I can't tell who that is. Mercedes swing, and it sends a long ball foul. Out of play. That one, Sunshine doesn't have to run after it this time. I see a young fan running after that foul ball. Meyer's next pitch. Swung on and just foul. Jumped foul right before the third base bag. Ball has been recovered and is being thrown out of play. Well, Sunshine is there. 1 ball, 2 strike count now on Mercedes. Swung on, vacuumed up by the shortstop, throws over for out number 1. Bring up the second baseman, number 6, Geraldo. You might be able to see flag blowing just at the bottom of your screen. It's not really blowing too much. Last weekend, it was blowing the exact opposite direction. Light breeze blowing in from left field. Meyer's first pitch inside, ball 1. Meyer's pitch in there for a called strike. Geraldo thought about swinging, just couldn't pull the trigger on that one, but the ball was in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball skipped up in there for ball 2. On deck is Tracy, the third baseman. So Meyer looks in, comes set. Ball is hit and caught in right field for out number 2. I see we have a defensive change for Storm. That's not Oliver Yoakum out in right field. I'll get the name for you just a moment. It is a 2-out single for Tracy, as I'm getting confirmation that we have a defensive substitution here for Storm. Our newest acquisition, Justin Olick, number 5, has replaced Oliver Yoakum in right field. With 2 outs and a runner at first, brings up number 26, Imka. Runner is going and just beats the throw. Slid spikes first and got under the tag. So now with 2 outs and runner at second. That pitch was ruled a ball. Myers' next pitch is in there for a called strike. 1-1. Again, there is action in Storm bullpen as Phil Meyer is at 99 pitches. 100 is about to be thrown. Pitch number 100 is a ball outside. Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike on Imke. Little check back to the runner at second. Fouled, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now on Imke. On deck is Lucina. Foul tip at the plate, goes to the backstop. Imke stays alive in the at-bat. Meyer with a long look in. Checks back the runner at second. Ball 3, pitch outside. Meyer taking his time here. It's his game. And the pitch loses him on the full count. 2 outs, 2 on now. Brings up the bat. Number 11, the catcher, Lucina. Meyer has a sign. First pitch swinging, hits it deep to center, but McKenzie's there for out number 3. On pitch 105, Phil Meyer records out number 3 on a flyout. Going into the bottom of the 7th inning, Storm up 6-4. Time to stretch, boys and girls. It is a 7th inning stretch time here at Dickman Field. As Take Me Out to the Ball Game is being played, we have a new pitcher coming in for the Steelers. It is number 35, Ida, Tommy Ida, in for relief of Sean Fekta. Fekta's afternoon is done. Right-hander Ida will be facing Jake McKenzie, Vester Bacchio, and Augustine Teixeira. Warm-up tosses are over. Jake McKenzie stepping into the right-handed batter's box to face Ida for the first time. And the first pitch, McKenzie swung on and chopper to third, bopped by the third baseman who throws over. Not in time. It is an infield single. Low throw. First baseman did all he could to try and make the out, but McKenzie was able to leg that infield single out. Brings up to bat our left fielder, Vester Bacchio. Infield single to welcome the new pitcher. Bacchio with a showed bunt, but wasn't going at all. Ball was way outside. Next pitch swinging and in for a single. McKenzie legging it out and in there at third. Runners at the corners, no outs now. Brings up to bat shortstop Augustine Teixeira. Bacchio's lofted a nice right field single, and McKenzie was off on the hit. Hit and run works when it works. Now with no outs, runners at the corners is Augustine Teixeira. On deck is our third baseman, Zach Johnson. Doesn't swing at the first pitch. It's in there for a called strike. It's a good pitch to take. The 0-1, same place, strike two. Teixeira realizes, yep, that ball was in the exact same place. No balls, two strikes. Ida comes set in the pitch. Outside, just missing zone. I could hear some groans coming from the Steelers side of the fans sitting here, just off to my right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner going. Little chopper to third, vacuumed up by the third baseman, throws over, safe at first. It is an RBI infield single for Teixeira. With no outs, runners at first and second, third baseman Zach Johnson coming up to bat. Johnson already with a 3-run home run this game. On deck is Daniel Martins. Storm has an opportunity to really put a nail in the coffin of this game. Up 7-4 currently. First pitch, Johnson taken low for ball 1. Hit it with a long look in. Catcher's position on the outside. Ball's in there for a called strike. Look back at second, and the 1-1 doesn't catch top of zone. 2-1. As I said, on deck is Daniel Martins. In the hole is Toby Gillerud. Swung on, hit deep to center field. Let's see if the park holds it. At the base of the warning track, one runs across. It is a deep RBI double for Zach Johnson. Hit it to the deepest part of almost, well, not quite exactly the deepest part, but as deep as you can get it without hitting it out in that area. That brings up Daniel Martins. Danny batting with runners in scoring position and no outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch from Mita on its way. Outside, ball 1. Toby Gillerud on deck. And Douglas Yoakum in the hole. Look at the runner at second. Pitch low, ball 2. I can see the sun is out in few areas, making the view look very pretty. View on the field is even better. 3-0 count. 2-0 count now on Martins. Let's see if there's a green light to swing on the 2-0. Actually, no, that was a 4-pitch walk. Umpire didn't see him signal. My apologies for that. 4-pitch walk. Bases loaded for Tobias Glimmerud. The lefty batting Glimmerud with teammates on every base and no outs has an opportunity to really break the game open here in the bottom of the 7th. Catcher sets up on the outside. Doesn't swing. Catches zone. Called strike 1. On deck is Douglas Yoakum. Swung at the 0-1. It is fair ball down the first base line. Goes all the way to the foul line. Goes all the way to the base of the wall. It is a bases clearing triple for Glimmerud. Bases clearing triple makes it 11-4. Storm. Up to bat now is our catcher, number 22, Douglas Yoakum. Yoakum batting with no outs and teammate at third. And that'll bring out Steelers skipper. Talk to his pitcher. Storm has really lit up the Steelers in this inning. The 5-run 7th inning so far with no outs. Home plate umpire taking his time walking to the mound. There isn't any activity in the bullpen for the Steelers. I wouldn't be surprised if someone does come up here if the game does get a little too far out of hand. Tea party is broken up. Home plate umpire has a fresh delivery of balls. And now, up to bat, number 22, Douglas Shokum. On deck is Justin Olick. First pitch for Yoakum, swinging, skied it high and drops it into no man's land. It is an RBI single for Douglas Shokum. Strike while the iron's hot, and Yoakum did just that. He dropped that ball in between three Steelers, bringing Glimmerud home. And that brings up the newest Storm, who just joined the team yesterday, Justin Olick. Left-hander wearing 5 on the back of that Storm jersey, joined us from Croatia yesterday. Originally from Vancouver. First pitch he sees is taken way outside for ball 1. Phil Meyer on deck. Now 2-0 on Olick. I see some four-legged fans walking around here. Next pitch is inside, ball 3. Catcher had a thought of throwing behind Yoakum at first, who had taken a couple steps off of first on that pitch. Now the 3-0. Doesn't swing. Called strike. Usually how it works, if it's a pitcher that's struggling with 3 balls, unless the batter swings, that next pitch will be called a strike, so long as it's not so far out that no one will believe it. Time called at the plate. Olick is back in the box now. 3-1 pitch on its way. It is ball 4. Brings up Phil Meyer. 2 on, no out. Phil Meyer up to bat. Not something I expected to say after 103 pitches, but he's dealing. It is his game. Storm leading now 12-4. And pitch goes way inside, almost hits Myers in the back. I'm not sure how that didn't hit his jersey. I'm thinking that Phil would rather hit the ball than get hit with the ball. Ball high. On deck is Jake McKenzie. Now the 2-0. Taking all the way, called strike. Yoakum taking a lead off of second. 2-1 pitch on its way. Takes again. Now it's 2-2. High and outside. Ball 3. Full count now on Meyer. Ida not having a good afternoon as he is coming in relief. Meyer fouls the ball off of his foot. Thankfully, he has a guard, so it's doesn't feel good, but he's walking around. He's okay. Home plate umpire asking him if he's okay. Still full count, no outs. Runner at second and first. Ball 4. Bases loaded once again, no outs. Storm already have 6 in the inning. 6 runs in the inning, leading 12-4. That brings up to bat our center fielder, Jake McKenzie. Once again, Jake says, "Hi, Grandma McKenzie. Hopes you're watching." With bases loaded, goes after the first pitch, skies it high, and caught by the center fielder for the first out. No movement by the runners on base. Definitely wasn't deep enough for a sac fly. Now that brings up bases loaded with 1 out. Vester Boccio. Last time he was up, he cracked a 3-run home run. Let's see what he does here with bases loaded. First pitch swinging, high drive, but unfortunately well foul. Storm is very aggressive here. Outside, ball 1. No action for the Steelers. And that's a slap shot right down the first base line. 1 run is in. 2 run is in. It is a 2-run double for Boccio. And that does it, ladies and gentlemen. That is ball game. Final score here in Hünstetten, Storm 14, Steelers 4. Yep. That was an amazing game. Storm being down 4-0 in the first inning never gave up. They went on the aggressive attack here in the home half of the third inning, scoring 3 runs, making it a 1-run ball game, and then just took over. Winning pitcher is Phil Meyer, wins his first start of the year. 2 3-run home runs, quite a lot of RBIs. Final line, Hamburg Steelers with 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Hünstetten Storm, 14 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Winning pitcher is Phil Meyer. Losing pitcher is Sean Fekta. Once again, final from Hünstetten. Hünstetten Storm 14, Hamburg Steelers 4. Join us again tomorrow. Same 2 teams will play again here in Hünstetten. First pitch 12 noon, Sunday matinee. I do wish all of you a lovely remainder of your afternoon. Now I'm going to go get something to eat. I've been your voice of the Hünstetten Storm, James Passo. Have a great afternoon. Storm wins.